Okay, a convincing win. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was a great exercise for us. We spoke before the game about making sure we do things properly, putting out a team that there was a lot of players out there that needed some minutes, which was great for that. Hopefully we've got away unscathed. Joe just took a little knock at the end, but hopefully he'll be fine. So you know, job done for us. 90 minutes for a lot of players that needed it. Through to the next round, so great, keeps the run going, and so it was just a good exercise for us.
A few injuries, so you had to make a few changes, but you possibly would have anyway.
Yeah, that would have been the case anyway. I mean, like I said, the ones that didn't play today probably wouldn't have played anyway today. The ones that were missing. So the only one that may have played if he'd been fit would have been Pagey, because he can't play next weekend. But he's still not quite right yet. So, but he's getting there. So yeah, so the changes we made were ready. They were pretty much the only one. And Jimmy pulled out just on Friday, just a little bit tight. And again, we don't need to take any risks with anybody. So, like I said, good to give him another rest. And but I thought the boys did well. First half, a bit disappointed. It wasn't quite. It wasn't fluid enough for me. Second half was much better. Like I said, some of the goals I thought were excellent. Some of the play was really good for the goals, breakaway and stuff like that. Real good stuff. But I was just sitting there after the game. To play for me, I expect you to reach certain standards, and I want you to develop as players and as a team. And today, so half time, we didn't have words. But it was firm. It wasn't 3-0 up and cruising. It was a case of, look, doesn't matter what the score is. I want to see a performance. I want to see players develop their game. So we discussed a few things at half time, which we did better second half. So really pleased in the end.
One of the players you brought in was Jay Richmond, the youngster. He played in the game at Hereford as well, didn't he? Yeah.
Like I said, we'd like to maybe have had one or two more, but because of the players that needed games today, it was important that that we had as many of them out there as we could. And like I said, I think while momentum was good and the players were in good spirits, I think having, on another day, we may not have had the bench we had today. We may not have had Millsy and Simo on the bench or Birchie on the bench. We may have just rested them completely. But I think with the momentum the way it is, I think it's important that they keep playing a part. And nice for them to both come on and get a goal. So so like I said, so it's good. Everyone's the changing room's happy, and everyone's pleased. So like I said, it's all good at the minute.
21 wins in a row. Brockton in the FA Vars next week. Obviously a tougher challenge and a competition that we really want to do well in. Yeah,
we don't. The 21 games is great. I don't keep talking about it too much, purely because at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's, whether we want to win every game we play in, and at the moment we're doing that, and that's great. It's, for me, the performances have been okay. Certainly Hoffman and Coleshill, we did okay, but they're not. They're not quite where I think we want it, where I want us to be right now. We've talked about complacency and going out there with the attitude of everything's going to be easy, and it's not. It doesn't matter who you play on the day. It's 11v11, and if we don't do our job correctly and play the way we can play, then it's always going to be a tough game. And like I said, Saturday will be no different, because I'm sure they'll come here after we beat them at their place. They'll come here with the attitude of nothing to lose. And that's a dangerous attitude to have for us, because they haven't got anything to lose. They come and play the game, and but we just want to concentrate on the next one, which is Saturday now. We've done today. Hopefully we'll have our injuries back for next week, and we'll be ready to go next weekend and to go and win next week's game. And if we do, then great, and if we don't, then we start again the following week.
I guess one of the ways to guard against complacency is to keep the squad strong, and you've brought in a keeper to do just that.
Yeah, we've said all along that I think we've been very fortunate as a club to go as many games as we have done without Harvey picking up any injuries or anything like that. So fair play to him for the work he's done to keep himself in shape. I think certainly over recent, certainly since the run started, I think he's been better protected as well, which has kept him fit and kept him safe. But we always knew there's no way we could go for a whole season. We'd be extremely lucky to go for a whole season without having another keeper with us. But we wanted to make sure we had the right one. We've looked around a fair bit, and Martin was on my mind in the summer. Him and Harvey together as a pair would be good competition. But at the time it wasn't quite right. So we've managed to speak to him and get him in now, which is great for us. And he does, as we said again today, another addition. But it makes us stronger again. It's a real good competition now between the two of them. He's 28. He's played a lot of games. He's a good size. He's got much. He's got a very good presence in his area. So we're a bit disappointed he couldn't play today, but that's the rule. So we've got to get on with it. But yeah. Well, listen. At the end of the day, as I've said to all of them, it's going to take a team effort, and there are a lot of young lads in that changing room, Harvey included, who's 20 years of age. He's only just starting his career, and he's had a very good season up to now. But like I said, at the end of the day, you know, it's down to me to keep everyone happy, to keep everyone bubbling along, and to make sure that everyone has that picture of what the bigger picture is at the end of the season. Not about, sometimes they can be a little bit selfish, the egos take over, you know, and that's understandable because every player wants to play every game. Their manager said to me before the game that surprisingly today he's got every single player he's got signed available. Recently they haven't had players available, you know, so that's the problem we all have. It's not just them, it's us as well, you know. But I'd like to think that our players have an understanding of where we're going, and we need the squad we have to give us the best chance to get to where we want to be. And everyone has if you go through the minutes they've played and the games they've played, everyone so far in that squad has played a part. You know, even Sadiq, who's played today and hasn't played much himself, he still played his part in the group. Carlos the same, so everybody will play their part. And there's a lot of games to go between now and the end. We're still in 3 cup competitions. We've still got halfway, you know, we're just under halfway through the season now. So we've still got 22 games to go in the league. We've still got another 3 cup games. Now we're in the next round, so we've still got 3 cup games. There's a lot of games to go between now and the end of the season. So, and with the weather being the way it is, there's a good chance some of the away games, maybe a few home games, may be called off. So we're going to have a cluster of games at some point, and to do that and to manage that, we're going to have a very good squad. And I believe we've got a very good squad at the moment.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
No problem.